Bonaducci, and you are watching Govs Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple of minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Tony, welcome to Govs.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on? What? Alright, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Hello! Do it like that.
Hello!
Yeah, like that.
Hello!
Not like that.
No, that was awful.
The one you did when I wasn't...
Hello!
Okay, save it for when it's on.
Sorry.
God, you know, I turn off the microphone and you're like, gold. I turn the microphone on and I get, ah! Seriously, ready?
Hello! Damn, I was an idiot. Damn it. Hello!
That was it!
Alright, this is the one. Hello! Hello!
Hello!
Hello! Hello! Hello!
Hello!
Hello!
So, yeah, do it like, hey! Alright, you ready for hey?
Hey!
Now.
Hello! Hey!
Knock 'em dead. Comedy show.
Hello! What are you timing us?
Never.
Oh.
Sorry.
For what?
I don't know. It's your program.
Hi, everybody. It's the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show. It's cloudy and it's going to rain, but it's nice and sunny and bright in here because of this and because of that.
Blue.
Blow.
Blue.
Sunny as always. Mike Kaplan is here, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Michael. The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show. We're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in legendary Levittown, where there's a lot of legendary people in this legendary place. Thanks for joining us today. The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, the YouTube channel, the Facebook page. We appreciate you hanging out with us today. If you'd like to comment throughout the show, and we hope you do, please do so on the YouTube channel because that is where we monitor the comments. So thank you very much. But you can still follow the Facebook page and you can subscribe to this YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it. There's John. He said hi, boys. See, now he's okay now.
Oh, good.
What was it, 10:55 he texts you?
10:59.
10:59. Just calm down. Calm down.
Johnny boy. Huh?
All right, so we hope everybody's well. Thanks for watching. All right, let's get right into this. Mike's weekly question.
You gave me a list of questions several weeks ago.
I did.
And one stood out to me.
Okay. I did not read them. I read like the first 2 or 3, and that was it.
Wait a minute. You wrote them, but you didn't read them.
I didn't write them.
How is that physically possible?
I didn't write them.
Oh, you didn't write them?
I copied and pasted them from a website.
Wow.
So I did not read, and you didn't even have to use them if you didn't want to. You asked that question a few weeks ago about comics doing other people's material, and we ended up having a great conversation about it, and I got a lot of good feedback about it. So so that's when I said, you know what, we should have Mike's weekly question. So I gave that list just to use as an example, or if you wanted to use them, ask your own questions, whatever it is. But let's get yelled at first.
Here we go.
All right, go ahead, yell at him for whatever you want to yell at him for.
Before you start,
Yep.
I'm not going to yell at him. I'm going to yell at you.
What did I do now?
Okay. Yesterday,
Yeah.
we had trivia.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And I allegedly, you said I was tied for first place. I got the right answer yesterday.
Yeah.
And you gave it to the other guy, some guy I never even heard of, Frank C., or whatever the hell his name is, which I'm glad he gave it to him because I didn't want the goddamn poster anyway. But my beef to you is that I had the same answer, and you said, all right, he called in first. Well, wait a minute. What about this goddamn delay that you have? All right? I punched in the answer immediately. And his came up first. And where's the rules? I mean, where's the bylaws on this, this program?
Well, what do you think? You think you're the only one that has the delay? Everybody's on delay. We have the show on a monitor across from us, and even on there it's a delay. So everybody's on the same delay. So so
his thing came up first, so he wins.
Right.
Well, I wanted to give the poster to Mike.
You want to give the poster to Mike?
Yeah, because Mike needs something to look forward to in the morning when he shaves and stuff. Although he has Trish now.
I was about to say he's got a lovely woman there with him. He's not by himself anymore. So
he does. Well, let me ask, on a serious note, let me ask you guys a question.
Sure.
And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because years and years, I'm going back almost 50 years, well, more than 50 years ago. If you guys remember 101 FM, CBS 101 FM?
Of course.
The radio station?
Yes.
Okay. Well, they used to give out concert tickets. If you
Yes.
were the 101st caller, in fact, I won in Cousin Brucey on Cousin Brucey's show. It was a concert with Paul Anka, but it was a theater all the way out in Long Island. Now, I got to tell you, 50 years ago, I thought you needed a passport to go to Long Island. I mean, I came from the Bronx.
Right.
And it was so long ago, the toll for the Dogs Neck Bridge was 50 cents. Do you remember the name of that theater?
I have a few guesses actually. I'm gonna
Okay.
Westbury Music Fair is one that comes to mind.
No, it wasn't Westbury. I saw
said it was
Angela
way far out.
6 years ago in Westbury.
Okay.
No, this was all the way out. This was I remember taking the LIE to like X52, 52,
Yeah,
54.
the Comac Arena, the Comac.
Comac Arena was.
Is
a
that
big
what it was
one.
called? It was definitely the
It was
Comac
the
something.
Comac Arena.
I'm going to go with that. The Comac Coliseum, the Comac Arena, whatever it was called.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
that
that's
could be.
and that would be. You said like LIE early 50s was the exit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be Comac, right?
That's Comac. Exit 52, Comac Road.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yep.
All right. The only reason why I'm bringing it up because I was getting hot and bothered when I said, "Oh my God, it took 50 years for me to win something again. I'm going to win this. I'm going to win this poster." And naturally, you shot it right between my legs. So listen, I want you to have a very, very happy and a healthy show. Michael, all right, is any other color in your repertoire but blue? All right, now he looks like a security guard. You see the shirt, Tony? Yeah, that's a security guard.
I was thinking custodian.
Yeah.
No, blue.
No. He's one step up, but he's a security guard. We'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.
See ya.
You two fuckers. Blue is the color of the sky.
Yes.
Blue is the color of happiness. Blue,
The color of happiness.
Like if you have a blue aura, that's for another program.
Yes, you beat me to it. You knew where I was going to go with that.
Blue is the color of happiness.
Well, he's a sore loser, that guy. Huh?
Yeah, I'm a little.
Oh my goodness! All over a stupid poster.
And I'm going there in a couple weeks. I'm scared he's gonna kill me. I might not come home. So it was very nice to know you.
Take care.
It's been a great friendship.
Now I can take Wednesdays off again.
Now that's funny.
Maybe. Yeah, all right. Well, I'll put something together. Maybe if you wouldn't mind, I'll get something small that you can take with you down there to Florida for him.
He is a very loyal fan.
He is. I just don't want to hear him complaining anymore. That's really what it comes
Well,
down
he's
to.
always hollering at us.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But with that us, it's more you than me. Thank goodness.
But you got the brunt of it today.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And it was, I'm sorry, but it was all fair and square.
Yeah.
Frank, who does watch almost every day, by the way, John, he was in here, John. He was in here maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. He's in a cover band, a tribute band to the band Genesis. You know, Phil Collins and Genesis. And he's coming back. I think it's June 24th, he's coming back in. So he does. And he's been watching ever since. He's been watching almost every day ever since. So I think John's lying when he's like, I don't even know who this Frank C is. No, you've seen his name there. But he won fair and square. John's laughing. Okay.
What does that mean, fair and square? Why is it square? What's the square? Sorry, I'm being very literal today. I'm not in a good mood, so I want.
You're not in a good mood?
Yeah, not really.
Why are you ever in a good mood? Why are you not in a good mood? Tell me right now.
It's my thing. Just like comics go up there and they Rodney Dangerfield say, well, I'm all right today, but last week I was in rough shape. So when I see people, how you doing today? I'm in a bad mood today. It's not funny?
It is.
Well, because I have the face to back it up.
Right. And I think that's the perfect way to start your act when you go out there. How's everybody doing? I'm doing shitty.
I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Very irritated.
And then as your popularity grows, that'll be your tagline, and people will be asking you on purpose.
I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah. How's your mood today, Mike?
I'm in a bad mood.
Yay!
Yeah.
Because that's what they want to hear.
And I wouldn't even smile. I'm in a bad mood. Yeah.
Right.
Shut up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You're laughing because I'm in a bad mood. That's nice.
Now,
that's nice.
You and me, we go back to the 70s.
Yeah.
Do you remember, maybe even early 80s, I think it was like the Grammys or American Music Awards or one of those things, when Stevie Wonder is at the height of his popularity, he would come up every year. Either he'd win something or he's going to present something.
Always, yeah.
It became a running joke. Every year he would come up, the place would go nuts, and he'd go up to the mic and shut up.
That's right.
And I laughed my ass off every year when I was.
Wasn't that great?
We're going back to the days where there was one TV in the house, and the whole family would sit around watching TV because there was nothing else to do. So you were forced to have family time, which I think was a good thing. But yeah, so I remember that every year. We'd wait for it.
Yeah.
And then he would say it in a different way every year too.
Right.
Sometimes he'd yell. Sometimes he'd just politely say, "Shut up," or he would say, "Please be quiet." Every year.
So that's my tagline. I'm in a bad mood.
I'm in a bad mood.
I don't think any comic has done that. Maybe that I know of.
Not that, off the top of my head, I can't think of one.
Yeah.
But I bet you there is one. But I can't think of one.
And what's funny is I'm not in a bad mood, but I want it to be my shtick.
Your shtick.
My shtick. I don't know what a shtick is.
Yeah, we don't know what fair and square means. We don't know what shtick means.
No.
We really don't know much today.
No, we don't.
Now you got me thinking of fair and square.
Yeah, why is it fair and square? Because John Russiello will probably call us up and give us a 20-minute diatribe. You like that word?
Diatribe.
About what fair and square means. Because he is a very highly intelligent person.
Is he?
Highly intelligent.
I haven't really seen evidence of that. What popularity you're talking about, Kaplan? What?
Huh?
He says, "What popularity you're talking about, Kaplan?"
I don't have any now.
I don't know what he's. Well, that's what we were saying, that when he gets popular, because I think Mike should hit the stage. I think Mike should take a comedy class and hit the stage doing stand-up comedy.
Well, I like what I happen to like what I do. Just I'm in a bad mood. I just want to talk about why I'm pissed off. What irritates me.
So are you saying you don't need the comedy class? Is that what you're saying?
No. Oh, I definitely need a comedy class. Yeah.
Okay.
But talk to me. Even as simple as that's an ugly shirt. It irritates me. I don't like looking at it.
That's awesome. See, and
can you please take off if it's a shirt like this? Can you take it off and put it in your girlfriend's handbag there?
And then see, this is already reminding me of Don Rickles. And then, and that's a perfect segue because Don Rickles, put the shirt in your girlfriend's handbag, and then but Don Rickles would always say, "Sir, is that your wife or girlfriend?" And the guy would say yes, and Don Rickles would go, "Ooh."
Oh yeah. Oh, did you get the license plate of the truck?
Right. I think he's definitely in my top 5.
Do you remember when he did a stand up in front of Ronald Reagan?
Yes.
And Webster introduced him, and Webster gives him the microphone, and he goes, "Boy, that kid will never play basketball."
Yep.
You can't get away with that today.
Nope.
It was hilarious.
Oh then. Yeah. There's a clip. It's on YouTube. I've talked about it before in here. I don't know what this was for, but it's in the 80s, and Tommy Lasorda, manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, he's on the field with 3 or 4 other players, right?
Yeah.
And Don Rickles comes running in. He's in uniform also. And he just goes off on these 3 or 4 players. But one of them is Pedro Guerrero. If you knew baseball in the 80s,
yeah.
Pedro Guerrero was an excellent player, big guy. Guerrero, I don't know where he was from, but
Venezuela or some South
Right,
America.
but he looks, if you don't know his name, he just looks like a black man.
He does. He was very dark.
Right.
Yes.
But so Don Rickles turns to him, starts going like that to him. And I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, I know.
But Pedro Guerrero starts cracking up like you are.
So he had a good sense of humor.
Oh, they all like all these guys. Like I said, so you had Lasorda and 3 or 4 other players, and they were all laughing their asses off. Again, I have no idea what this was for, but it's on YouTube and you can see it. And he's just, he goes to town on he goes completely racial on these guys. I'm sorry, but I find it hilarious.
So do I.
And believe me, when I say that, I can take it too. Like if Don Rickles turned to me,
the thing. You have to be able to take it back,
right? Make fun of you about my Italian heritage, my Irish heritage. I can't tell you. I get at least this year will be 19 years since my amputation.
Wow.
I still get at least one amputee or one-legged dig from somebody, at least one a day.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with it. Like,
it's one of the things
it's
I
a joke,
admire about
you know?
because I've told you if you go to court you wouldn't have a leg to stand on, those, and you
Right.
have always been
Always.
had a great sense of humor about it.
Okay, Don Sill says,
There he is.
Don Sill.
See, that's a funny bit.
That is a funny bit.
Don Sill.
I enjoyed that. Every time I say Don's name, I just hold it up. Don Sill says, Benny Rizzuti, tagline or catchphrase is, I can't win. Yeah, that's in the same vein.
It's the same vein, but I can't win. So he's just more of maybe a sad sack.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
I'm not saying I'm a sad sack. I'm in a bad mood.
Right. I do see some differences. Like Benny's very.
You know him?
I know Benny. Yeah. He's very. He's energetic on stage. He's. I shouldn't. Animated. He's very animated on stage, and usually I can't win is like one of his taglines. Like Rodney, no respect. Where you're talking about like coming right out, like almost starting your show. I'm in a bad mood. Okay, everybody, let's get started because I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah.
So there is some slight differences there. And yeah, Benny doesn't act like he's in a bad mood. Again, he's very animated. He's a lot of energy.
Oh, so he's like, I can't win.
Yes, that's exactly what he does. Where you're like, I'm in a bad mood.
I'm in a bad. I
your whole shtick is
surly.
not being in a bad mood. What?
Surly.
I thought you said circly. I was like, what? Surly. Surly.
Did you clean your ears this morning?
No, I did not. Okay. Right. Rusiella says, no. You're a sad sack.
Me?
Well, I don't think he's talking about me.
I'm a pretty happy fella. Not really.
No, not really. Don, I love the bad mood catchphrase. Works for him big time. Oh, Don, you're talking about Mike here, right? That it works for him? I think it works for him. I think, and I do like what you just said, too, with, take that shirt off, but there needs to be, and I'm a big fan of crowd work, as we've talked about.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's the benefit for you to take a comedy class. You'll learn, you can hone some material because you need to have some material to go with the crowd work. I think you'd be great doing some crowd work, and I think you'd be great out there. You have, this is why I was not totally confident going out there doing stand-up, but I definitely felt a little bit ahead of the game because I'm used to being on stage, and I'm used to comic timing.
You've been doing it for years.
I think, but you would have that same advantage. So I think you should give it a shot.
Rich Walker does the classes, right?
Rich Walker does a class, him and Peter Bales. They do it together in Belmore. But there's a guy there's a guy named John Truson. He works here. In fact, I think he's here right now. He teaches a class here, but he also teaches it at McGuire's in Bohemia.
Oh, nice.
So that would be closer to you. I took Truson's class. I thought it was fantastic. I love Peter Bales and Rich Walker. I've never taken their class. I've heard great things about it. The only reason I'm telling you to take Truson is because of, geographic.
Yeah.
Because you're closer to McGuire's. Mm-hmm. Unless you want to drive out to Belmore.
No.
Right. So, I fully intend on taking Bales and Walker's class at some point. But I love Truson's class. John Truson. John Truson. Do you remember Vic DiBitetto? He rose to fame with the bread and milk.
Oh yeah.
John Truson, and that's an old gag that that wasn't like anything. It was just a funny video.
But his shtick is funny because he yells and screams a lot.
Right. The joke itself of getting bread and milk because we're going to have a storm, that's been a joke for years.
Oh, yeah.
But as far as making a bit out of it like that, John Truson is the first one I remember doing a bit like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm not saying that Vic stole it or anything. Again, it's been a running gag.
Right, yeah.
He just happened to make a very funny video. But yeah, Truson, even going back to like the 90s, Truson would make little comedy videos like that. Stop yelling out there. And and what he would do with it, I'm not even sure. Like why I don't know. Maybe what was around at the time, America's Home Videos.
That's about it.
Yeah, unless he was maybe just making stuff to send to stations and hoping something would get picked up. I don't know. But
Irritated me too, that show.
I liked it at first, and after a while,
I was like, come on. And they showcased the little puppy dog, the little kid. You won $10,000, the little kid. Just give me a piece of candy, you jerk off.
Well, what, if your son did something?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you took a funny video of your kid.
Yeah.
But you win the money.
Right.
The kid's getting a lollipop, and you're getting the check.
You wouldn't take that check and give Steven a lollipop?
No.
Really?
What?
I would put some of it away for the kid. I would take some.
You think most of those people put their money and put it in their children that
No.
won that money?
No.
The person that won the $100,000 grand prize every year?
No.
No. They spent it on hookers and drugs.
You're saying it like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
I'm irritated about this fucking chair.
Oh, this
chair, because this is, I don't understand about this is a podcast. I understand, podcast / radio, whatever, right?
A video. I call it a video podcast.
Now, I've watched your program several times.
Thank you.
Right, you're welcome. And I see people, and I'm not bringing up any names, and they talk like this into the camera.
Right.
But you're over here.
All right.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But not left.
So when I come here, I situate things, like this because I want to have a conversation with you. It makes it more intimate. It makes it more of an enjoyable experience for the viewer.
Don't call anything we're doing intimate. All right, yeah, go on. Sorry.
Right? Makes it great for the viewer to see these two people have some camaraderie because we have great chemistry together. We're funny, right?
Right.
But if I'm doing this, I'm doing this. I'm not even looking at you. There's no eye contact. There's no body language.
I don't have a problem with it. I do think people get tired of profiles. So I do. So sometimes I will, turn while we're talking. I'll either make a face, or I'll while we're talking, I'll just kind of go back and forth a little bit.
Because I've watched our show afterwards, and I'm looking at my my profile, which I have a very nice profile, by the way. But
yes. Sorry, I forgot to. But you, and that's one of the benefits of having the screen there because people will now look that way, so they're getting right. Like right now, they're not getting your profile; they're getting your face.
Yeah.
I think you're pretty good with back and forth. I think you do a little bit of that. I do know what you're talking about. I've had plenty of people that sit here like this, and I don't care. What really gets me though is that people who I have all sorts of different types of people in here. 98% of them are some kind of performer, whether it's a singer, a comedian, whatever, an actor. But I can't tell you, and I get complaints a lot too. They'll come in and they'll lean back. I mean, I can't do it because my mic is here, but the mic is all the way over here, and they're just leaning like they totally forgot that it's a show,
right?
And they almost they kind of sound like this. And you can't hear a word they're saying, and I have to then turn the mic all the way up so that people can hear them. Look at that; it's crackling. And I have to turn them. I have to turn it all the way up sometimes, just so we can hear them. And then, God forbid, they laugh out loud or say something loud. Then it's like bam, and I have to lower it, put it back up. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, so that's what that thing is. That I see you every once in a while going like this.
Yeah, sometimes I'll do that with you because you have different. Not because, but only because you speak. You have different volumes, which is fine. That's a normal thing. But some people lean back.
Oh well,
that's what I'm talking
Vicky
about.
last week said I didn't hear the punchline of that joke.
Right.
Because the mic was here, but I was like sitting like this, sort of.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's this, Betty?
He should take happy subjects and say why he hates them, like baseball or children or sunny days. That's exactly.
Who wrote that? Oh,
Donzo. He's spot on. That's exactly what you should do. That is exactly what you should be doing. Like when you come in here, and I laugh every time. Hey, Mike, how are you? When you first walk in, Mike, how you doing? Who cares? Like shit like that.
Well, you know what?
Hilarious.
That's a great. Can I try it right now?
The
sunny days.
Okay.
Things that are supposed to be happy. That shirt irritates me.
Why?
Who the hell cares about a happy face? I don't care about a happy face. So you're relaying to the world when you walk out into the world for yellow. Yellow is not exactly, no offense, not the greatest color on you. But, sorry, you look very handsome. But why do you have to have a smiley face on your shirt? It bothers me. What are you trying to portray?
All right, here's my critique of that.
I'm not trying to do a bit here either.
Yes, I know. But you said, can I try something? So here's my. I think what Don is talking about, like actual bits. We're not talking about crowd work.
Because that's a crowd work thing.
It is a crowd work thing.
Crowd work thing.
And things
it
like
can be.
Things like I thought the color yellow, not a great color on you. Like I thought that was funny. But then when you said, all right, I'm only joking, you're a handsome man, should have been followed up with one of these. But then to ask a question like that can be tough with crowd work because you don't know. Things can get out of control quickly, or you just might get a bad answer. It could be great, too, but I think Don's talking about actual bits about things. Like he said, children, like what's funny that, so by the way, I have my son, and he's got 3 kids, 3 adorable grandkids. You'll probably go, yeah, they're a bunch of fuckers. Something like that. Like that's kind of stuff. People are like, oh, he's talking about his grandkids. Fucking hate them. Shit like that. Like,
yeah.
I think that, and again, it would work perfectly because of the way you.
It is true. I love my 3 grandchildren. I'm going to babysit them Friday night. They're gonna go out to dinner.
Very nice.
And 10 minutes in, 10 minutes. Sorry to holler.
That is not 10, by the way.
10 minutes. I am ready to slit my throat.
There it is. There it is.
Trish, my grandson's name is Carmelo.
That's your grandson's name?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's 3 years old, Carmelo. And he's a little linebacker. He just likes to run into people. But he's the sweetest kid. You pick
See,
him
that's
up,
funny.
Thank you. And if you pick him up, I say, give me a kiss. He kisses you right on the mouth. He's a beautiful little kid. But I don't know what I was going to say.
See, if you expand on the linebacker stuff, and you just watch him. He runs into the wall. He runs into the dog. Like whatever. Like these are things you should expand on, and that's a funny bit.
Oh, like I spent $50 on a pair of fucking bongos for him. Right, beautiful bongos. They're called Gone Pops. The guy at the music store said, "Oh, they're really good." I give them to him the other day, and instead of going like this playing, because he loves to he's a very active kid, and I want him to introduce him to music and all that other things. I turn around, you know what he's doing? He's fucking standing on them.
That's pretty funny. Exactly.
And that was my face, because Trish said, "What's with the face?" I'm looking at. He's standing on the fucking bongos.
He's standing on the $50 bongos.
$50. $50.
See, that's a bit that could be crafted into something. It's comedy class. All right, John Rusciello. Truth be told, Mike is a very funny guy. He belongs entertaining people. Well, he should just drop his pants.
That would be funny.
Yeah, all right, so Andy Plajanos is agreeing. That, but definitely right stuff. He is going to read that a half hour from now and not understand. No, I understood it. And there's Don with he wrote yes with 2 exclamation points. This is what we're talking about. We're on to something. You got to take one of the classes.
Okay.
And then see, that's awesome because the classes are on Tuesdays. Then you come in here on Wednesdays and tell us what you learned. And we can talk about your progress. And then the graduation is 2 shows. The whole class. John puts together.
Showcase?
It's a show where the whole class comes out and does 5 to 7 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and then if you want, then you can keep going from there. I'll put you on a show. I'll get you on something.
What show are you referring to?
Doing stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
because I get irritated very easy.
What just happened? I totally got lost.
You said I'll put you on the show. I'm already on the show.
No, well, I mean, yeah, we'll come in here and talk about your progress, but then I'm saying I'll put you on a show doing stand-up.
Oh, in the giggle room where funny things happen?
Yes, where people giggle.
Oh, you know what irritated me one day?
No.
I had my thyroid removed, right?
Yeah.
Because thyroid cancer, big deal, right? So I come out of the operating room. I went in the operating room with my underwear on. So when I came out, I have Steven and my dad. They're in my face. And I wake up, and I'm feeling my underwear are at my side. So I'm like, wait a minute.
What were you feeling for?
I don't know, but I felt my underwear there. So then I asked the nurse. I said, "Can I ask you a question? Why is my underwear? I went in there with my underwear on, and now they're not on me. So obviously, when I was under anesthesia, they took my underwear off and they put them to the side. What happened in there?" And I felt a lot of jelly-like things around my midsection.
That's nothing.
That's nothing?
I went in with 2 legs, came out with 1. So what the
fuck?
Yeah,
you got me there. Okay. That's a crowd. That's
is this thing on? Yeah.
Love
oh, is that? Oh.
Love claps.
Love claps.
Yeah. Oh, very good.
As opposed to...
Hate claps?
As opposed to that. Thank you. Thank you.
Sounds like a rainstorm.
Thank you. What'd you say?
Sounds like a rainstorm.
It does sound a little bit like rain, yeah. But it's not.
Oh.
Mike's question of the week.
It's not a question. It's more like I'd like to talk to you about something. Speaking about performing, when I was about 16, my parents took me to the circus. And the biggest thing I loved, and it was on your list, about clowns.
Okay.
And I developed a big fascination for clowns. And why I love clowns so much is they don't speak. So they entertain people.
Is that true?
In the circus?
Oh, in the circus.
In
I'm
the
sorry.
circus.
Okay.
Why that intrigue, and that's why I love the physical act of comedy. So imagine how hard it is to make someone laugh and not say a word. So I developed a great fascination for it. In fact, so much, I asked my mother, I wanted to go to the clown college in Florida. And she told me, fuck off, all that stuff. And that's for another therapy session.
You never went, obviously.
No.
Have you ever played a clown?
No.
Okay.
No, but I love clowns because I think they're really the real good ones are really talented. Because how hard it is to make a kid laugh with especially with the clown that's got the sad face on and make the kid laugh.
Yeah, sure.
Right? That's the end.
Oh, that's the whole thing?
Well, I wanted to get your opinion. You feel the same or no?
I'll be honest. I'm trying to remember I don't know if I've ever been to a circus. Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame you never had a kid life. That's an old joke, by the way.
That was good. I've never heard that. I don't recall ever going to a circus.
What? I'm calling your mother up. I'm asking her.
She watches usually. So, Ma, did we ever go to the circus? I have no recollection.
She must have taken you. The circus was probably at the Comac Arena there.
Or, at the Coliseum.
Or at the Coliseum.
She used to take us to Jungle Habitat. You remember that place?
No.
Yeah, I don't remember where it was. But I have pictures somewhere.
Like the Long Island Game Farm where they have animals and stuff?
Yeah, kind of like that idea. But they had some kind of deal with Warner Brothers. Like they had people walking around in Bugs Bunny outfits and all the characters.
Was it in Nassau County?
I don't even remember. I was so little.
Oh.
I don't even know. All right. In Nassau County, she used to take us all the time to Sagamore Hill. We used to go there a lot, actually.
Teddy Roosevelt's place, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is great. A lot of history.
A beautiful place.
My brother really took to that place for some reason. Plagano says, are you sure they didn't find you at the circus?
Well, that reminds me. My father took me to the zoo.
Yeah.
One day when I was little, and this guy walks up to me and he tells me, he says to my father, "Well, thank you for bringing him back."
Is that a Rodney thing?
Yes.
That's
funny how you know certain jokes from people.
So my mother just wrote that it was the Comac Arena.
I called it.
Well, I don't know if she's just saying, I don't know what she's saying. She said, yes, we went to the circus once, and then she wrote Comac Arena. So maybe that is where is that where the circus was, Mom? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
because we were talking about the Comac Arena earlier. So yeah. I don't know if she's talking about
They had the circus there. I don't know if it was Ringling Brothers, but they had different. There was 2 or 3 different circus companies, but Ringling Brothers was the biggest.
The most popular one. Yeah. I have no and I'm not saying my mother's wrong. I'm just saying I don't recall. I have no memory of going there.
Do you know how hard it is to be a clown?
That I do.
It's hard work.
So I'll answer your question as best I can. Only seeing circus clowns on TV. Clowns I've seen, in person are just your typical like party clowns, which they're different.
I'm not.
They're different, and I'm not.
I'm not.
I don't want to say I'm not a big fan. It just never did anything for me. Some of them are weird looking. Some of them are strange. Some of them are funny. Jungle Habitat was in Milford, New Jersey. Oh, okay. There you go. Milford, New Jersey.
Milford, Connecticut, or Milford, New Jersey? I guess there's 2 Milfords.
There could be.
Because remember the commercial from Milford High Lie?
I think so.
Yeah, no?
No, it rings a bell.
Oh, very strange game.
I knew a guy who was
Frank Walker.
Yeah, it was Frank Walker that told us where Jungle Habitat was. Frank will be here tomorrow. Frank will be here Friday also. My mother was acknowledging Mike when he said the Comac Arena. Right. All right. So, but is that where the circus was? Why is this conversation so difficult? So
if you were at a circus, it really wasn't that impactful for you.
Well, either that or I was just super little that I don't remember. But I'm with you. Whether it's a clown that can't, anybody that does any kind of physical comedy without saying anything.
Yeah,
I'm very impressed by that.
Yeah.
Even like the mimes and all that. I do find that
the mimes, yeah.
See, that's the thing.
Well, they're telling a story.
Yeah,
they're kind of telling. A story.
Well, right, but I'm just talking about the level of talent.
Oh yeah,
but I do find that with a mime, even a clown that isn't talking, like I do find I get tired of it quick. And I don't mean to put them down, but that's my thing. Like, all right, I got the gist of what you're doing. Unless you're really funny, almost like a mascot. Right. A sports mascot. They don't say anything. I do find those guys hilarious. I really enjoy team mascots.
Well, the funniest one is probably your arch nemesis, the Philadelphia. What's he called?
The Philly Fanatic.
The Philly Fanatic.
He is. Yeah, he's great.
He's great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of videos on that one.
Well, and when I say mascots, I'm talking about those kinds, not like Mr. Met who just walks around and takes pictures and waves.
Oh, with the big white hand,
right.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Philly Fanatic who goes around, messes with people and jokes around.
He's jumping on the dugout and he's doing his dance and
hilarious. And again,
that takes a lot of energy.
Oh yeah. Well, I did that once. I was Quacker Jack.
The Quacker Jack.
And
I did that. That's tough.
That was awful. And I actually know a guy who was a clown in a circus.
Really?
He lives in Russia. He was a clown in the Russian circus. We're Facebook friends. I've never met him, but we. All right, I'll just tell it. So it's going to be boring, but I'm going to tell you anyway. He. I think actually might have been with you. Did I mention this Billy Joel documentary last week with you?
Oh,
all right.
No.
There's this Billy Joel documentary. In the late 80s, Billy Joel went to Russia, and that was kind of like the start of like the end of the Cold War. There's this wonderful documentary about Billy Joel going there and talking about how he grew up fearing Russians. And that was like ingrained. And even, in fact, you and me had that. We're younger than Billy Joel, but even when we were growing up in middle-class Long Island, we were taught that all Russians want to hate us.
Yeah.
Now currently it's all Iranians or everybody in the Middle East, they hate us. Mm-hmm. But in this documentary, Billy Joel talks about growing up fearing Russia. They had the air raid drills and in classrooms. Mm-hmm. But so when he went there, and he was one of the first Western pop stars to go to Russia.
I didn't know that.
And right, that's why this kind of signifies the end of the Cold War, because they were starting to the relationship between America and Russia was starting to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah.
And they were showing signs of welcoming our way of life by bringing in rock and roll acts. And this documentary shows nothing but Billy Joel meeting everyday slobs like him, like us. They didn't want to kill us. They didn't hate us.
Right. No,
They
I
just
know.
want to live their life. They want to enjoy their life just like we do.
Mm-hmm.
And he was building relationships with these people, and he was relieved to see that he's not hated. In fact, they were thrilled he was there. And there was this one guy that became a huge fan of his music, somehow managed to get in and meet him backstage, and they became friends. And this is the guy. He at the time he was a clown.
That's interesting.
He was a
story.
circus
Yeah.
clown. Fast forward, to 2000, I think 10 or 12, and this guy, he friend requested me on Facebook, and I was like, I saw the name immediately, and I remembered from that documentary. I was like, son of a bitch, it's Victor from, and I double checked the name. I was like, son of a bitch, it's him. And so yeah, we've been Facebook friends. We email each other sometimes, and I haven't talked to him in a long time, but that's something I've always wanted to do, was actually see if he'll zoom in so we can talk about it.
That would be awesome.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
We're currently having issues with Zoom that I hope to get fixed in the next few weeks. But yeah, so anyway,
talk to an actual person who actually was a professional clown.
Professional clown in Russia, no less. I have so many questions about just his life.
And so many jokes about that.
But and then one thing pertaining to him that I'd like to ask, he was a professional clown for years, him and his brother. His brother has since passed. I don't know how, but Victor has since, because he's got to be probably late 60s, probably his late 60s at this point. I want to say maybe 20 years ago he gave up life as a clown and got into politics.
What?
So I'm like, how does a guy go from a clown to politics?
It's kind of a fine line between. Never mind.
Yeah, true. They're all clowns. Yeah. So and then now there's another clown that we know, who I won't say the person's name, but we both know this person. We used to act with this person, and that person was a wacko and a very bad clown.
Of the male variety?
No. I don't know.
I thought. Never mind. Yes.
What did you think I was talking about? Oh, he doesn't. He's a
do that.
clown?
I didn't think so.
Oh, sure. No. I'm talking about a female.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
I do. Yes.
A whack job in real life, not that good acting with us. And at one time I thought she was good, but she kind of faded. But I hired her a couple times as a clown, and she was terrible. Terrible. I was pissed. Yeah, Lisa and I were actually really upset with that person. I don't know if she was taking advantage of the fact that she knew us and felt she didn't have to do much, or if that was how she acted as a clown all the time.
As a clown, you have to have a high level of energy and really zero in on the people you are talking to or performing
None of
in
that.
front of. You have to use your body. You have to use... What?
Here, your turn. Okay. All right, good. You want to play with that? Yeah. All right, good. What else you want to do? It was literally like that.
Wow.
The whole time. And then what do you do? Because she was our friend at the time, so I was like, all right, here's your money, thanks. Yeah. Oh, awful.
But you did it a second time.
I don't remember. Well, we were having, I think it was Sammy's first birthday.
Oh, so this is 2020.
Oh, there's a long. Well, yeah, I haven't.
Some years ago, yeah.
I haven't worked with this woman since 2006. That's how long it's been already. Yeah, I know. Time flies. What happened was we were having two parties for Sammy's birthday because we were inviting so many people. We just thought, it's gonna be too crowded. Let's just have two separate parties.
Yeah.
So we hired her to do both parties.
And
But
she bombed?
after the first one, we were like, are we actually going to do this again? And we're like, all right, maybe she's just having a bad day. Let's just do it and just get it over with. Sure enough, she came the second time and did that again. Hey, you guys want to dance? What do you want to do? All right, I'll put some music on. Great, nice job. What do you guys want to do next? It's almost like she forgot she was in a clown costume. Yeah, it was really like that. Lisa will back me up on that. It was terrible. It was terrible. So, but a lot of people are scared of clowns. A lot of people
I know
find
there's a
don't like
phobia. I
clowns.
forgot the name of the word. There's an actual phobia for.
Yeah. And then there's that movie. Was it It? Is that the Stephen King movie with the clown?
Pennywise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not a big horror guy, but that movie to me was just a little. That was more than horror. That to me, that was almost like Stephen King is warped to come up with this one.
Stephen King is warped, but I like his writing, not the horror variety. I like him how he talks about days gone by, how he explains things. Like his best story to me is Stand By Me, and that's not even a scary story.
Right, that's a great one.
Yeah. Or The Green Mile, or Shawshank, or.
Oh, I forgot he was Shawshank.
Yeah.
Shawshank is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a classic movie.
I told you, right? I met Brooksy.
Yeah.
Nice man. It is 11:48. Do you have more about the clowns?
No.
Did you have you guys, what are your feelings on clowns? Do you like them, not like them? Any good or bad experiences with them? Ever had to dress up like one? Andrew Fremder, I have not seen a comment from him today.
Does he have the flu?
Wow, yeah, maybe.
Is he boycotting?
I hope not.
Is he a clown?
I just thought for sure that he would have comments about dressing up.
Oh, something, yeah.
Andy Plajanos, have you ever had to dress up like a clown? I would think.
Maybe on a Saturday
excuse me. Probably. In all seriousness, I think Andy would make a good clown.
Yeah?
He's got the energy for it. He's got the funny face. Like when he does that smile, his eyes get all wide. But it's not like, I don't know, I don't think it's creepy, or it's like Robin Williams. It's exaggerated, but it's friendly, it's fun.
You have to be more animated. See, I would be the sad clown, but make people laugh about it. You know, it would be very physical. You have to fall on the floor, and you have to do silly things, but it's a lot of energy. And they always have these little tricks. That's why you go to the clown college, but unfortunately has gone debunked.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, well, Ringling Brothers, I think, went out of business years ago because of the animules.
What is it? Coulrophobia. Coulrophobia.
Oh.
Coulro phobia. Coulrophobia. The fear of clowns. Thank you, John. I bet you John has dealt with clowns somewhere in
John
his life.
Rusciello?
Yeah.
Oh.
I bet he's dealt with clowns. I mean, actual clowns. You know, makeup and tricks and jovial energy.
Probably. Yeah.
But all right, well, it's 11:50. We made a bet last week. The bet was if you can go a half hour. So now 11:51, according to my clock on my computer.
But that says 11:50. So which one's correct? Really not a big deal.
They're a minute off. Does it really freaking matter?
To a soldier, yeah.
To a soldier?
Yeah.
Are we fighting a war in here?
Not yet.
There might be one in a minute.
See, that chair doesn't aggravate you? I see that every week, that you have to move it. It shakes. Isn't that annoying? It knocks off your balance. You know you only have one leg.
What?
Where'd it go?
I don't mind this chair any more than I mind those chairs. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. You complained about the chair before. So you're not complaining about the lack of the armrest. You don't think the chair itself is comfortable?
But you got the support here. I can't really turn, you know.
All right, you turned just fine just now.
Yeah, I know, but it's very... Then the microphone, Vicky last week said she couldn't hear me because I had that great blonde joke. It's part of my shtick here. I'm just irritated about everything. Okay, I'll just put it like this maybe so people can see my face better.
You break that, I'll break your face.
Oh, sorry.
Tony would be an awesome clown, says Mickey.
You would be an awesome clown. Yeah. I would be a sad clown, and sad clowns are not as popular as you. You have the happy animated face.
I don't know if I could. In my mind, the clown, like the energy is like super energy. I don't at 54. I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it.
I take that back. I could probably do it because when I'm performing, like I'm in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably could do it, but I would be as soon as it's done, I'd be like, I feel like I got beat up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I'd enjoy it now. It was never something I was interested in.
No.
We once you and I did a murder mystery together years ago before we had our own. With the company that we met at, where I had to play like a, how would you describe, like a weird, like a bad clown, like it was written that he was bad.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, Kinky the Clown.
Kinky the Clown.
And you were the detective.
Yeah.
I have pictures.
Mitch.
At home. Is that what his name? Mitch?
Yeah.
And
well, I was Mitch.
Yeah.
Kinky the Clown. Yeah, that's right.
And I enjoyed the role, but I didn't have to be a clown for the show, but I had at times I had to demonstrate certain things as a clown. I had to put on clown makeup and wear the outfit. I'll have to dig a picture up. I have pictures somewhere.
That would be
but
fantastic.
I had the stereotypical like smiley face, and I had some other weird designs. I forget now. I got to look it up.
Yeah, you had the white face, and I don't know if they put it, but you had the
I had some kind of happy thing going.
Yeah.
But it was so, I found it so annoying before, we're getting ready for the show to now have to put on all this clown makeup.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, and then I don't know, I just didn't like the way it felt either.
Yeah.
I remember after every show, like I just couldn't stand the feel, especially once you start sweating and you feel like the makeup, like sweating, like kind of like Rudy Giuliani. It's a I just didn't like you could feel the makeup like with the sweat going down your face. I was like, after every show, our director would come out and do a little speech, and then she would introduce the cast. I would run out as soon as the show was over. I'd run out and I would just wash my face off. So by the time she got to introducing the cast, I'd be done already, and I would then come back out for the introduction. Wow. I hated it that much. Like I just couldn't wait to get this makeup off my face. I hated it. Kinky the Clown.
You're talking about, wow, that brings back memories.
And that was 26. That was 1998. That was actually 97. So that was 27 years ago.
27 years ago.
97. Yeah, 97 and 98 we did that show. Holy moly.
Is your mother really my mother, possibly? We've known each other that long.
What?
What? So you have a stray hair in your beard. Don't you know how to trim nice?
What do you mean?
You have one little straggly on the other side, sticking out like a little pube.
You sure it's just not like string or something?
No, it's not string.
So all right. So anyway, it's now 11:55. This show ends at 12:30. So, should we see if you can do this thing for 30 minutes? And then for the last 5 minutes of the show, we'll let you speak.
Well, you'll let me speak.
Well, that was the bet.
What is this, Cold War Russia?
That was the bet, that you could sit there for a half hour without saying anything.
Yes.
Now, and refresh my memory, were you supposed to sit there in your silence and make me laugh? Or were we supposed to try and break you? Or no?
No.
We're just going to see if you can do it.
It was more of an acting thing. Just to see if I could have that sad, mean mug for a half hour.
All right. But I'm still going to try and break you.
Well, you broke me last week because you got in my face with the clown. See? A clown-like attitude.
Oh, that's right. We made a bet that whoever wins the bet gets lunch. Well, receives lunch. Right. The loser has to take the other out to lunch.
You call me a loser?
Yes. Is this lunch today, or do you have to go?
Oh, I can't do it today, but
all right.
Hey,
all right. But we're doing it today to see who.
We'll still be friends for a couple more weeks at least.
That was funny. All right. I have 11:57 on this clock, 11:56 on that clock. So
yeah, because you did say we have to have some ground rules. So
okay.
It's just my face, like the one you posted this morning. Right. Hilarious picture. Because even you're like.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
As soon as I was just taking random screenshots from, and then I saw that, and I was like, oh, that's the one.
Oh,
that's the one.
Classic.
All right. Any other ground rules? So it's just
program.
All right. So it's just to see if you can do it. I am going to occasionally try to break you.
Yeah, like you're going to go on with the.
Yeah, I'm going on with the show. I'm not sitting there for a half hour.
Oh no! Oh God, you lose all your viewership.
Like I have any. All right. So I have 11:57. So we'll go by this clock because you can see it. What's the matter?
I was reading Mickey
Delaney. I say Frank cannot speak for the rest of the show. Frank might not be speaking for the rest of the show. I don't know because he's not here. This is Mike. Mickey. Mickey.
Hi, Mickey.
Never dealt with clowns, says John Rusiello, but dealt with a lot of knuckleheads. All right. We'll go by this clock because you can see it. So as soon as it says, right now it says 11:57. When it hits low. All right, is that too quick?
Startled me.
All right. So when that clock says 11:59, that's when we begin.
I know you like you just like the sad face I make after I tell a joke.
I'm not gonna ask you to make that face for a half hour. Right? The trick was just more of the silence, not the face, right? Oh, have you started already?
No.
Oh.
I'm always like this.
It's my face. So what is the trick? To keep the face or to just keep silent?
Well, I think last week it was the continuation of that. I just would sit here and I would just be
all right, just
like sad.
Right. Just looking serious.
Everything irritates me. I'm just
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there's no seconds on that clock, so I don't know how close we are to 11:59, but it is almost time. Oh, there it is. So at 12:29, and he spoke already.
12:29?
What just happened here?
12:29.
Why are you speaking?
It's 11:59. You said 12 p.m.
Oh, we're doing 12. All right, 12 p.m. All right. I said 2 seconds ago. So when it hits 11:59, that's when we start.
I'm sorry. I thought we were doing it from 12 to 12:25, and then I am allowed to speak.
Right. That's what I was saying. I thought we'd start a little before 12. That way, the last few minutes of the show, you'd be able to speak again.
Okay.
All right. So 12. All right. So when that clock says 12, now the clock here on the computer already hit 12. So we're coming to it. When that clock says 12, so you have until 12:30. And then we'll stay on 5 minutes late today to talk to Mike about staying silent. So we're less than a minute away. Mike Kaplan, we're going to see if he can stay silent for. Oh, it says 12 o'clock. There it is. It has begun. He's already starting to laugh. All right. So Mike has to stay silent for the next half hour. We are going to continue the show, and we'll see if we can break him. Let's see how well he does here. Wow, it took not even a minute.
Can we have a reboot?
We could definitely do a reboot.
Well, that's Tish called me very handsome. I saw that, and I got. I'm drinking out of this. I did this as a prop because there's no water in it.
Oh, look at that!
Just to try to break my concentration, to divert my attention from that fucking face.
Oh God! All right, 12:02. It's 12:01 on that clock right now.
So you laugh so hard in 27 years. I know you.
Oh my goodness! All right, John Rusiello is calling back, but we're still going with 12:02. So let's see what John's got. Hello, sir.
Kaplan, you suck. You didn't last 2 seconds. Oh, my God. I'm so disappointed in you. Oh, Jesus Christ. You better forget about taking him out to lunch. You better take this guy out to dinner. Oh, I tell you, you're my best friend, you disappointed me. Oh, I can't take this. Goodbye.
It is 12:02. The reboot has begun. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yep. I got you.
Mm.
Uh-huh. All right.
Mm.
Does his grunting count? You get away with it for now. All right. Mickey says, Mike let me down. I wanted you to win. Yeah, that does qualify me as winning the bet, right? Like the bet's over. Now we're just looking to see if you can do it. You failed. I put the close up on you and you laughed. And then you called me a prick or whatever you said. So I won the bet. Right? Back me up. You're getting a reboot just because we just want to see that you can do it. But you technically did lose the bet. Well, at 12:32, you can chime in about it. All right, let's see. What do we got going on here today? I actually have one story. I actually have a serious story. I might break Mike with a serious. Whoops! I just dropped my papers. I actually have a serious story that might break Mike. All right. Yeah, this is a very serious story. And I think it might break Mike because it's a serious story, but also a story that Mike might personally identify with. I personally identify with this story. So let's see, where is this? Where is this? I don't know if I have a state or a town. I'm not even sure where this is. Well, if it comes up in the story, I mean, I have a whole page on it, on this particular story. So, yeah, John agrees that I won the bet, and so does Mickey. And Mickey says you should go to timeout. All right, so there's a man named Scott Pitta. He is daunted by school meetings to come up with a teaching plan that accommodates his son's autism. Now, and I'm sure Mike knows, and I'm sure some of you know, and I definitely know, there's a thing called an IEP. An IEP, unless they've changed it, it means Individualized Education Plan. So to put together and this is, you know, any kid that's in that needs any kind of services when they're in school. And it's a very it's a little bit of a complex situation because, you know, the parents get involved, the school district gets involved, and when you talk about the school district, you talk about the superintendent, the teachers, the specialists. There's a lot of people involved in this situation, and you put together a plan on, you know, what will help the child, whether it's, you know, particular services or you know, maybe you know, little less homework, or, you know, just putting together a plan that would work for the child. And it can be a very stressful thing, especially if you're not in the special needs world. When my daughter was first diagnosed with autism, I didn't know where to go, what to do. I had zero clue what the first step would even be. And thankfully, Lisa's in that world. She's a pediatric physical therapist who deals with children that need individualized plans all the time. So she knew what to do, thank God. And I, you know, without getting terribly personal, I know Mike, you know, did you have an IEP for your son? There you go. Okay. So it can be a stressful thing as you try to figure it out, as you try to put it together. You're overwhelmed because you're learning, you know, as you're learning about your child as your child is trying to learn too. And it's and there's no handbook because every kid is different. We went through it a second time. Our son was is ADHD, and he required some. he needed some services growing up, and he definitely had some hyperactivity. And it's it's a weird thing because you know you're learning as you go along, so you don't don't know how to handle it. And a lot of times things were handled wrong. But you do the best you can. But you do rely on the school district to help you. That's what they are. That's what they're there for. They're experts on your child getting the best education that he or she can get. So it's overwhelming. And especially if you're not in that world, if you're new to it, you sit there at these meetings and there's so much stuff being thrown at you. There's terminology and there's so many different things. And you find yourself writing so much down and you're trying to figure out what exactly they're saying to you. But then, God forbid you disagree. Then it's a whole different can of worms there too. And this man, Scott Pitta, apparently is having some issues with his school. The school that his son goes to. This man, Scott Pitta, found that taking notes just wasn't doing the trick. And he found himself disagreeing with the school on certain services his son, JJ, should be getting. And, of course, unfortunately, then you throw in the financials of it all. It's expensive. Each special ed kid costs like $100,000 or some shit to a school district, at least. And it sucks that as a school you have to think about that, what the cost of that will be. But unfortunately, that is the case. So this man, Scott Pitta, he wants every meeting to be videoed. I was going to say videotaped, but it's not. People still say videotaped, but it's not videotape anymore. It's just video. And the school is pushing back. The school is saying, no, you don't have the right to video the meetings. And this Scott Pitta is saying, well, it's a documentation of what's being discussed. That way there's no discrepancies. That way, if he's going, to the state to complain or if he needs outside help, it's all there. There shouldn't be anything to hide, so it should be right there. So these people they're Massachusetts. They're south of Boston. So he was battling with the school over services. So he said, well, I want video of these meetings. And the school was pushing back. His case has drawn support from conservative and libertarian groups who argue that school meetings are similar to traffic stops or police arrests, government action that they believe are covered by a right to record and share information. A senior education advocate for the Disability Rights Education and Defense Fund questions whether that recording would become public record that the school and not just the parent could disseminate as it wishes. I've seen districts retaliate against parents by accusing them of inappropriate behavior or serving them with stay-away orders because of their behavior in meetings, which can be emotional and very volatile. That statement, this person who said this advocate, I've seen districts, school, and not just the parent. Hang on, I totally screwed that up. I've seen districts retaliate against parents. That statement alone, the fact that a school has to retaliate against the parents, that's a disturbing thing to me. The fact that a kid, you're having issues over what is going to benefit the kid, and the school is they're not thinking about the kid anymore. They're now just retaliating against the parent. And unfortunately, I will tell you that, because I had issues with my kid's school district from time to time. And yeah, there were definitely times that things were done, whether it was to me or I brag all the time about being president of the special needs PAL. Well, when my kids were in going up through school, I was the president of SEPTA, Special Education PTA, or Supportive Education PTA. Some districts have it differently. But I was a president of SEPTA for 5 years, and yeah, there was definitely a lot of things that were done just to get the parent back, which is awful. But the rest of that statement, retaliate against parents by accusing them of inappropriate behavior or serving them with stay-away orders because of their behavior in meetings, which can be very emotional and very volatile. All right, well then video the meetings, that would help the school district too. And I do think some parents should get a pass if they get emotional. Maybe not crazy or violent, but of course they're going to get emotional. We're talking about their kid. So a video would help the school side too. The Pitta family has been in a constant fight with the school district throughout JJ's academic life over what is known as the IEP, the Individual Education Program, a plan that is required by the nation's education law for children with disabilities. This kid, JJ, is diagnosed with autism. So, and a school, like it said, it's national law. A school district has to abide by that. It's law. They have to abide by the diagnosis, and they are responsible. It is mandatory that they supply the services needed. And if they can't supply them, it's their responsibility to point you in the right direction where you can get them, which is, I know that's what you went through. Lisa and I, our kids have been a victim of IEPs not being followed. And to get in them, like to call them out on it, is a very hard thing to do. Not when I say hard, I don't mean like hard to do, like scared to do it. I mean to enforce it, to enforce it. And for these poor people, their son JJ is diagnosed with autism, and they're fighting with their school district to get services, to just get to do what needs to be done for their son. The fight turned into a legal battle when the school district in Bridgewater, Massachusetts, said Pitta could audio record but not video. Pitta argued that audio alone won't show who exactly is speaking, and a complete record is needed to fight a service denial. School officials may object to a video recording out of concern for how their images could be used and because they don't want to open the door to possible intimidation tactics. All right, I get that point, but I'm sorry. That's not the point here. The courts have reviewed this issue and said the meetings are not public events, so there is no constitutional right to record them. Pitta argues that people should be able to record any of their interactions with a government official, comparing the accountability provided by a video recording of a school meeting to that of a police officer's body camera. The key question in this case about whether regular citizens have the right to monitor government officials, in this case those who work in schools, is an important issue for groups like the Pittas. Let me read John's comment, and then I'll continue this article. You said that it's very expensive to run a program for special needs kids. Well, to me, that's bull. I think he's saying, to me, that's bull. Stop paying for all the welfare and illegals. Give the money to the schools to help these kids. Yeah, I'll agree with you there. I personally don't have a problem with these people coming in, to be honest with you. What my problem is that they're not made legal. That's my problem. Make them legal. Make them pay taxes. And if they're not legal, yeah, I do agree that they shouldn't have certain rights that we have as citizens. I don't think we should shut the borders, personally. I'll be honest, I don't care either way, to be honest with you. You close the borders, fine. You close the borders. If you're letting them in, okay, just make them legal and let them pay taxes like everybody else. To me, I don't know, to me it's cut and dry. Like, illegal alien, you're illegal. But yeah, I agree, John. Stop giving. If you're a legal citizen and you need assistance, I have no problem with that as a taxpayer. But yeah, don't give money to illegal citizens when the taxpayers' kids need services. Yeah, so I think we're agreeing, John. I think. Let's see, where was I here? The significance of this case goes beyond educational meetings. The groups argue as virtual meetings have become an ordinary fact of life. Well, there you go. Right. If you're doing a Zoom meeting, you can record them. And because smartphones allow the average citizen to record public officials at the click of a button. An advocate who works with parents says recordings provide necessary transparency and accountability. Exactly. Sadly, contradictions, falsifications, and omissions can be rampant if there's no accountability. See, that's the problem too with IEPs, because then you get the documentation of what went on in the meeting. Again, especially if you're new to this world, you don't even know what the hell it says. You don't understand the terminology. The things are like, super thick, small type. You don't know what they're talking about. You don't know what you're agreeing to a lot of the time. I'm all in favor of video, getting these meetings on video. Clashes occur over fundamental disagreements between what a parent is expecting and what a school can provide or believes is necessary. But the root issue is the federal promise of individualized support for students with disabilities is not backed up by the funding. Right, so which we touched upon already. Pitta said he has lost trust over what he contends was the school's inaccurate portrayal about whether his son AJ should continue to receive extra individualized help in high school. To me, that's just insane. If the kid is diagnosed with autism, to me, that's all you need. There's no dispute. He's diagnosed. I've actually dealt with people from my days in SEPTA. I've actually had people say to me when I was talking about a particular issue, or just talking about special needs in general, I've actually had people say to me, well, your daughter goes to the regular high school, so she can't be that bad. You're either ignorant or an asshole, because there are plenty of great programs within the school. It doesn't always mean a special school or a separate school. Like, there are a lot of districts have great programs. But my point is just how ignorant people can be. But yeah, and like we've said, the unfortunately the finances is what's looked at first. Pitta, who has been hearing from other parents about their struggles, said it's still a fight worth waging. A lot of parents are not going to be able to assert their own rights if these school districts can just say, no, we're not going to allow that today. We need something from the court that says, no, parents have this right. Yeah, I agree 100%. Oh, Andy Plajanos has commented. He's disagreeing with me somehow. Let's see what he says. All IEP meetings should be on Zoom and recorded. That way, everyone is physically separated and it is recorded. Wow, I think we just agreed on something. Mickey, I hope, Tony, that you and Lisa know that your daughter has a right to go to school till she is 21 and the school pays for it. Yeah, that is correct. She did not. Our daughter did not. Her grades were good enough that she to graduate at 18. We kind of screwed up there, Lisa and I. Like, we had Sammy take like a lot of the finals. She even took some Regents tests. And, because we thought, oh, look at that. She's passing and she's capable of taking these tests. And look, she's passing them and she's doing well. But her grades were too good to continue high school until she was 21, like some of her friends did. And our district did not have any transition. They didn't help us with transition from graduating high school to what the hell do we do now? So, yeah, we were proud of her, and of course we're still proud of her, and we're thrilled that she passed these tests. But it kind of worked, it kind of backfired on us, because we would have let her go until she was 21, but she just didn't qualify. And it's actually very interesting. Speaking of videoing? Yeah, speaking of video, when she graduated, went to high school, they streamed it on YouTube. And the camera is all the way in the back behind the students. You have all the students, in their chairs. And the camera is center. So you just see the stage, you see the back of the children's heads. And Sammy, she's right there on the lower right corner. She's literally right in the corner. She's like the last head that you see. The ceremony ends, right? Kids are getting out of their chairs. People are leaving. They're going around. You see Sammy. She's just sitting there, and she's just looking around. Lisa, the place was mobbed, so Lisa and I, it took us like a minute or two to get to her because it was just crowded. We were walking around people. So to me, it's just so symbolic. Like, all right, now I'm graduating. What do I do now? And I don't think that's what Sammy was thinking at the time, but just seeing her looking around like this by herself while everybody else is celebrating and hugging, and she's just sitting there. and then until Lisa and I, then you see Lisa and I get to her, and then and then we walk off. But to me, that was just symbolic because we didn't. We're like, we got past the celebration. You did so good. You graduated. You're so smart. Good for you. We knew you could do it. And then it was, oh, what do we do now? And Wanto was great for Sammy. She had a great experience. She loved her growing up there. But they dropped the ball when it came to helping with transitioning. And we had to find our own way. She goes to a summer camp, a special needs summer camp. So the summer was covered. But after the summer, in the fall, her friends were going till 21, so they were going back to school. She sat home for 3 months because we couldn't find a program. we spent a good chunk of that summer looking for something. But same thing, like I was saying with an IEP, like we didn't even know now what to do. Your kid gets an IEP. Most kids get diagnosed at a very early age, and then you get this IEP. We got Sammy's IEP going before she was even in kindergarten. Like you get it young, and so she's protected, so to speak, by the school all through her life. So you're used to that. So now it's we're no longer in the school system. It's like, oh, now what? Who do we contact? Is there something like an IEP? Like, what do we do? And it took a lot of research, took a lot of red tape. We went through some shit with the state to see if they would deem her employable, and they deemed her unemployable, and we had a big fight with them. That's a whole other story. But it was so what happened was we then I'm trying to remember who it was. Somebody. Oh, I think it was the state. They gave me like a book. Was it the state? Or I may have found it on my own. But I found a book with a list of all the different services, all the different programs that are available on Long Island for special needs adults. And it's in alphabetical order. I'm still on the letter A, looking at programs, and it listed the programs, the phone number, and the person's name to talk to. So I'm still on the letter A, and I see the name Brenda Loomis. And I'm like, son of a bitch, I know a Brenda Loomis. What are the chances there's another Brenda Loomis out there? Brenda Loomis is a girl I went to high school with. She married a guy I went to high school with, John Teleski. So sure enough, I look her up on Facebook, and I contacted her, and I said, Brenda, are you the woman that works for ACDS? And she said, yes. I was like, son of a bitch. So thank God for Facebook, because I told Brenda what was going on. She hooked us up, and Sammy goes to ACDS now. She's been going there since she sat home for 3 months, but then started at ACDS after that. She loves it. It's a great program. She fits in well. She's made some friends. But if it wasn't for finding that book and then knowing Brenda personally, I wouldn't have gotten anywhere. So I hope this guy, Scott Pitta, I hope the courts rule in his favor. And I think all meetings like that, anything that involves your kid, anything that level of importance, in this day and age of tech and video technology, you got 3 minutes. No, you have 5 minutes left. I think it should always be videoed. That way there's no discrepancy over what was agreed upon. That way and I'm not trying to put schools down. Like I said, we had a great experience in Wantaw, but there were some assholes at Wantaw who I wish I had on video saying certain things to me. Yeah, there was one principal in particular who was a real dick, who deserved a beating for the way he treated my son. So, So I hope Scott Pitta. You know what? And that too. I might look up this Scott Pitta and get him on here. That'd be cool. Let's see. Mickey, I was mainstream, but also was in the special ed room. Oh, were you, Mickey? Oh, all right. So what? Did you go? And where are you? Washington State, right? Did you go to high school till you're 21? And what was your experience with your school like? Jeff Bosey says hi. Hello, Jeff Bosey. John Rusciello, the money that the federal government wastes every year for bullshit programs that are unsuccessful in the government can fund this school to help this kid, or these kids. Mickey was born with spina bifida. Oh, okay. Hope you're doing all right. I agree 100%, John. There's so many bullshit programs, so many places that the money, where money is wasted, instead of putting it, in important places. It's crazy to me. I mean, Mike and I were talking. We were talking before the show started. We were talking about how expensive Nassau County is. Nassau County is where Levittown is. It's western Long Island. It is super expensive here, and the main reason Long Island is so expensive is school taxes. And New York in general is a hotbed for special needs. I mean, it's gotten to the point where it's everywhere now. But New York was when autism in the late '90s, early 2000s, when autism rates were on the rise. New York was one of the first places. So I don't know about the rest of the country, but here in New York, a lot of our taxes are for school taxes, and our taxes are insane. Like, I know places like Ohio, taxes are like maybe $5,000, if that. Where most places on Long Island, you're paying over $12,000 at least. Some places on Long Island are over 20. So it would be great to get some relief, and where the government's giving money to the schools. Mickey went to school till he was 21. How old are you now, Mickey? All right. So So we are going to go 5 minutes late today because it gives our boy a chance to speak again. I am proud of you. You've been holding it together since 12:02. That's 27 minutes. It's just my face. It's just the way I look. That's just my face. But he lost the bet. But oh yeah, you asked for a reboot. What, you asked for a reboot on the bet too? Well, you didn't say that, Mr. Ground Rules. We need ground rules. No, John and Mickey agreed. Lost the bet. You owe me lunch. So we'll give him a chance to speak in a minute. But while we're waiting, I don't know what that was. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we got some great stuff happening here at Governor's Comedy Club. Don't forget the Clash of the Islands on July. The flyer I'm showing you doesn't have the date on it, but I'm telling you, it's July 19th. There are new flyers with the right date. I'll have that up tomorrow. July 19th, Mike Bacchetti and friends, Irene Bremis, Greg and Rob, and Tony Landolfi. This is a Gov's Comedy Podcast production. So we are very excited about this show. We're looking forward to it. Go to govs.com, July 19th. And don't forget, August 8th, our own Mark David Hirschman doing a show at Governor's, Stand Up for Epilepsy. Hershey and the Keys back tonight at 9 p.m., and I'm sure Mark will be talking about it. Don't forget, Knock 'em Dead Comedy. We are performing September 27th at the Brokerage, doing a hilarious audience interactive murder mystery show. Bye. September 28th, we'll be right here in the Giggle Room doing a Triple X Trivia Game Night with Ivory Fields joining us to do his set. Please join us for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then keep October 5th open for another Gov's Comedy Club podcast event. And December 21st, we'll be, Knock 'em Dead Comedy will be at McGuire's performing a murder mystery show. And some of the great comedians you'll see on the Governor's stage this weekend, Carlos Mencia. Yeah. You got 1 minute. 1 minute. There it is. It's done. Success. Let me finish reading these comedians, and then we'll let you speak, and I'll probably just shut it off. Psychic Robert Hansen is here this weekend. Comedians Brian Dromerhauser, John Selly, S-E-L-L-E, Sell. Alex Tomaselli, Kyle Vaders, Devin Lake, Uncle Laser, and Steve Marshall. Go to govs.com. Make your reservations to some great comedy shows. Go to Knock 'em Dead Comedy to find our full schedule, what we got going on, as well as information on how you can hire us for your event. Tony, the reason the school did not tell you and Lisa because they didn't want to pay. No, you're absolutely right. They pushed us to get Sammy to take the finals and the Regents tests and all the exams to get her out. No doubt in my mind about that, Mickey. All right. The floor is yours for the next 3 minutes, and then we're out of here. Are you choosing not to take this opportunity? You're staying silent until I end the show? You're like I Dream of Jeannie, right? Isn't that how she? Yeah, that's how she made the wishes come true. She didn't make that sound, but unless her stomach did when she was hungry. She was hot. Barbara Eden. Well, Bewitched. She was hotter. Elizabeth Montgomery. She was. Oh my goodness, she was stunning. And supposedly, if you read up on Elizabeth Montgomery, she was a slut. She got around. Yeah, I know. I'm mad I didn't get to meet her. Are you all right? You're kind of scaring me right now. All right. Tomorrow, all right, so let's see. Today is Wednesday. So today, so I mentioned to you guys yesterday that the Treading Water podcast was not on Monday. The show will be on tonight. It's going to be on. So we got a great lineup for you tonight. We got Treading Water tonight at 8 o'clock, immediately followed by a special Wednesday version of Hershey and the Keegs at 9 o'clock with special guest Kevin Downey Jr. That's going to be a fun show. I think he's smelling Kevin Downey Jr. right now. Special Wednesday edition of Treading Water tonight at 8. And then at 9 o'clock, special Wednesday edition of Hershey and the Keegs. So that's going to be a fun night. So we hope you enjoy that. I'll see you tonight with Hershey and the Keegs. Tomorrow, Coffee with the Dog at 9 a.m. We're back here at 11 a.m. Frank will be here with me. We have special guest musician Dave Clark will be with us. Then tomorrow night, we'll be Circling the Drain. And then Friday, me and Frank are here again with Andy and Carrie McQuaid and her boyfriend / guitar player, Durand. His name is Durand. Durand. He's never heard that before. And I don't know. We didn't have Donversations back last week. Donversations. I don't know if he's back this week, but I'll let you know as soon as I know. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Thank you, Michael. Let's see. Maybe we keep the streak going. Let's start next week's show like that. I don't know what that was. Did he just say like F you? Is that what that was? Yeah, I don't know what that was. I have no idea. All right, everybody have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow, and suck it.
Comedy for your event today. What will you experience at a Knock 'em Dead comedy murder mystery show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knock 'em Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
Have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knock 'em Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
I had an awesome time.
All right. You had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more.